Well, I've been pretty sick for the last few days, so why not do a little bit of a theme drawn around that? With what else? The Toxic Cloud, the nastiest of all weapons. Gonna be an extra nasty episode today. This is the sort of episode they'll call you Miss Jackson. Or, I don't know, maybe you're a fan of Friends and this will be the smoky, sexy episode of Dead Cells that everybody has been hoping for since the series' inception? Not likely. The usage of this seems pretty obvious. Not only is it tactic scaling, giving me 2 extra tactics there, get 30% damage reduction, which is always welcome, and it creates a large cloud of poison. I mean, come on, what more can you ask for? Anything that you could possibly use with poison synergy is going to work well with this. Your Sata Stiletto, your 100% poison target, affixes, i.e. pretty much every single turret in the entire game. Damage over time. If you like that DOT, you want to get PAID and have these mobs hate you, I would suggest using this alongside a Hokuto's Bow, a Wolf Trap, whatever. I think in all likelihood that's going to be the run that I'm going for today. Let's see. Not quite, but reroll once, perhaps? Good enough, I say. Is this 100%? It doesn't give me 100% on poison target, making it not quite as good. Either way, again, even if you're not using too much for... Even if you're not getting too much out of, yeah, you know what? This is going to be better for right now. The completely unupgraded version of that. Also, more health than I could possibly need in this first level. But yes, I think that I'm going to be going DOT, split it between survival tactics, go for that. That's generally a pretty effective route as far as builds go, especially in 4-cell mode. I mean, even if I wasn't doing that, there's no problem with taking a good Toxic Cloud if you happen to find one. Like I said, damage reduction is always going to do you really good. Getting a little bit of that, I mean, it's a huge, huge AoE after all. I mean, it's the sort of perfect thing to be taking out flying enemies or enemies that you just don't want to be near. At least try to avoid being near as much as possible. Good parry. And yeah, you know what? Fine. Tonic is just extra damage reduction. Poison has no effect on you. Well, it's appropriate. I think I'll just stick with this for right now. Go sell that other one and then get to... God, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because as of right now, this is actually not a terrible run without even having any of the things that I was actually looking for. I dumped the Wolf Trap immediately because it didn't synergize and frankly wasn't very good. And obviously not getting too much extra with the Explosive Crossbow insofar as Toxic Cloud goes, but I mean, it's not bad anyway. It's also one of the very few items that can give you electrocutes enemies, which is a good way for getting breaches pretty much constantly on any normal enemies that you're fighting. But also clearing the air of any flying enemies once again, which is, as always, very welcome when you don't have a very fast weapon, for example, the Explosive Crossbow here. Though the shoots an arrow upwards could be used in a pinch, if nothing else. Heart, as per usual. Keep those hearts, 3 stacks. I don't know, as long as it plays its part of getting rid of malaise when I get a little bit too malaised up, that'll be good. Speaking, 2 seconds. There's no way I'm gonna get that time door, that's too bad. Oh, man. Yeah, hopefully it's not gonna be too terrible. Like I said, I've had one hell of a sore throat and stuffy nose lately. I'm sure it's probably not only obvious, but at least I'm able to do stuff now rather than before when it was just a fool's errand to try to get anything done insofar as videos. Well, I guess I got a lot done with video editing, but it'll be a while till you see the fruits of those labors. Mostly Puss episodes. So if you were wondering, hey, where's Puss? Don't worry, it's coming back. That game just took a lot longer for me to record than I thought because it's quite a difficult game. Okay, number one thing looking for here is ye old shops. I really, really would like to get some of that DOT synergy. Wow, that damage reduction is doing some good work. Would really, really like to start to get the DOT stuff going on here, if possible. Oh, wait, was that an elite? But I saw an elite there. No, I'm crazy. A lot of money, too, I think will help. I'm going to be re-rolling stuff to try to get the 100% on poison targets as much as possible, so... could be alright. Pyrotechnics, I think, will be the optimal sort of thing. It's unfortunate, but as far... there's a scroll down here still. I just bungling up this whole run just right at the start here. Anyway, it's not too bad there's no real way to get a survival scaling weapon that's going to do me any sort of DOT. I mean, it's really just, as far as that goes, you have the ultimate buffer for damage over time stuff, the Wolf Trap, but the main weapons, the best you're going to get is a legendary version of a weapon that was really close. Yeah, the best you're going to get is a legendary version of a weapon that will get you a little bit of damage over time, i.e. a torch, or maybe just a colorless version of it too. Or similarly, having a particularly rare affix on a wheel. I'll take that. I'll also take that so I don't get hit by stuff. Thank God for cutscene damage immunity. Been going strong since Dark Souls, after all. Ooh, 75% reduction. That would really lower my health, though, losing out on that little bit of brutality. But yes, it's a gamble if I want to go full on like a green here, because honestly, I really don't need to. Can't roll through those apparently, or maybe I just bungled the timing. Yeah, it's a real gamble if I want to go full survival. Although I really could, because this is a damage over time item. It's not really something that's going to be gaining a whole lot from. Oh, cool. Right as I got out of there, eh? It's not really going to be gaining a whole lot from taking a bunch of tactics, aside from if I get the cooldown mutation, which I definitely will. So, if I felt like going a little bit harder on survival than I normally would in this particular flavor of runs, I think that I could get away with that without any sort of major repercussions. I don't know. Hard to say. Ugh. Oh, fun. What do you got? 100% on burning target? You have convinced me. Can't sell that, though. That's fine. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll find a little bit of toxic synergy, and then re-roll my toxic cloud so it also provides burning. One of the best things that you can do with the toxic cloud, to be honest. It will never match something that actually does burning proper in like damage or the amount of time that it's going to stick around. However, the fact that it's going to give me two synergies for the price of one, I think is well worth the entrance ticket. Besides, if I'm getting all the money that I possibly can, I should be, and if I'm kind of keeping the same sort of build, maybe just switching it out for a Wolf Trap ASAP, I should be able to re-roll this enough times to get to the throws down oil as well as starts the ground on fire, which I think will be much better. I mean, that sort of solves the ephemeralness of the fire that you would normally get from your non-oil version. We'll see in time. I do think that it's definitely going to actually, with a rampart, especially if I don't happen to find another, there we are. Especially if I don't happen to find another something to replace the tonic soon enough, I don't think I'm going to need to have a lot of extra damage reduction, but a higher level version of it will give me extra, yeah, not poison though. Screw it. I'm not even going to take it then. I don't want none unless you got poison synergy, hun. Do I want it? Survival. Come on. Really now. Well, I probably should have used that before I sold it, but come on. I'm almost not down on health at all. You can pretty much consider me to be, like, near full health. Especially if I'm going to be going largely survival right now. Which, by the way, boy, is it getting kind of, getting kind of far away from the whole tactics run that I was sort of planning here. What with 6 and 9 tactics and survival, respectively. Nice. Yeah, I just bring that up just to make that stupid nice thing. You know it. You know me too well, whoever I'm talking to right now. Okay, maybe I am still a little sick. But, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've been eating a lot of uninfected food. They definitely did not have big, billowing green clouds of gas around them. I've been drinking all of my Sunny D. I've been getting anatomically correct human hearts and dying while holding on to... well, that one really doesn't work as well. But hey, man, I gotta do something with all these anatomically correct human hearts that I have around here. Hey, let's hit up the prison depths. I haven't been there in a while. See how everybody's doing down here with all the lancers that they shelved in this place for some reason. Not the Guardian Knights. You'd think that the Guardian Knights would be more of a... Oh, yeah, I did want to re-roll this. Burns the ground is kind of what I'm looking for, but do I have enough money that I really want to... Give me poison synergy. Frustrating. Oh, I should have gone for this one if I was going to go for poison synergy anyway. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess. It's a little bit more equal with tactics survival right now. Well, to be honest, when you're doing a 4-cell run, I do think that, well, when you're doing a 4-cell run and you're planning to have tactics in some way, in general, I think the items you're going to pick up are going to give you more than enough tactics at the very start. I.e., stuff like the Toxic Cloud giving me 2 tactics right now, Crusher and the Explosive Crossbow giving me tactics. It's like, I'm not really hurting in the purple region. So, I think it's generally worth it just to pour everything into survival if you're planning to do a little bit of a split run, Guardian style build, I suppose you can call it. That's what the dual scrolls are called after all. Cool. Oh, I kind of expected an enemy to be down there. Burning, or not burning, poison, man, poison. And then, over time, when you get about halfway through the run, then you can start taking tactics again. Because I want to say that you're probably going to want as many points of survival early in the game anyway. You know, really make sure that you're not going to be... Really make sure that you're not going to be hurting for... If you get hit a few too many times. Poison enemies that wound you? Sure, we're going a poison route today. Just disgusting clouds of, like, absurdly bright green. And I guess, like, clouds of... What's a gas that's normally, like, bright green? I'm trying to even think. It's like, literally nothing is coming to mind right now. I think that's just a... like cartoon and movie sort of thing. Sort of like how you get acid being bright green and like bubbling and stuff. Cool. No, not as cool. I probably should have taken that one considering that I actually had the poison synergy that I've been looking for on here. Oh well. There will be more chances. Oh, Electrify kind of got me there. However, this will kind of get hit. Not close enough. The cloud is big. It's not that big, though. But yeah, acid. Always shown as, like, green and bubbling. And it's like, every single acid, like, the strongest acid I can think of, hydrochloric acid, is usually clear. I think that actually appeared in, God, what? Thinner? Like, where the, protagonist had a glass of water that he was all like, hey, this is a glass of acid. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually realistic, which is weird. think that you would pour like a glass of Mountain Dew, which is more the traditional movie shorthand for acid. I mean, it is quite acidic after all. What with its, and what is that in there? Phosphoric acid? Whatever it is in Mountain Dew. As well as brominated vegetable, all the brominated vegetable oil that you could possibly want. Yeah. I think that that's the only type of soda that I've ever seen that has had brominated vegetable oil in it. And I mean, it always makes me wonder when I drink that stuff. Okay, I think this is like the second episode in like less than a week now that I've talked extensively about not vegetable oil, Mountain Dew. So for those keeping track at home, apparently that's the topic du jour that my brain comes up with. Boy, this has been one distracted episode of Dead Cells. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think it's going pretty good so far, but I'm really lagging behind on the... Oh, nice. But I'm really lagging behind on the synergies that I was looking for. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit more, what with the whole poison here. I mean, like I said, Seda Stiletto I think would work, but I just did an episode based on that, so I felt like maybe I want to do, you know, Guardian or Survival here, and yet somehow I'm completely failing on that on both fronts. I have 80,000. I can re-roll this a couple times. There you go. It's still... The insanity of how I seem to be completely unable to get poison synergy on any of these things is driving me nuts, but like... I mean, I guess I'm not disappointed. Anyway, I have more than enough hit-and-run tactic type... No poison! Still! You people! Motion Twin, I would like to lodge a formal complaint as of right now, and I think you know exactly. Anyway, I have enough hit-and-run tactic-type weaponry, whether it's the DOT stuff, whether it's my Poison Cloud, or whether it's my Wolf Trap or Poison Cloud, as well as a pretty good ranged weapon. I should be fine here. And to be honest, I think I'm just going to go jump into the ossuary as of right now and go start wildly killing as many enemies as possible. Should take care of this toot sweet. Maybe grab something up here. Any enemies left? No, I cleared this out pretty well. I mean, one, but I don't even think it's worth it. Alright, anyway. Number one thing, gotta watch out for, shockers. I mean, if I can afford shockers, afford to avoid shockers, whatever I'm even thinking of. Come on. First off, get that double extra poison action. Triple extra poison action. I mean, look at that. Thematically appropriate. Come on. Come on. You are killing me on so many fronts here. Oh, what do I want? What do I want? Let's go Acceptance so I don't have to take 20 points of Curse again, if possible. 10 minutes. If I neglected to go up and curse myself twice, I probably would have actually made the time door. No such luck. Alright, so what do we got going on in here? Like I said, number one thing, avoid shockers. Those will be the death of me, both literal and figurative. Good. Didn't even get into the trap, but hey, that's fine. Is this enough to kill him? Yes, it is. Okay, that means that this run is really popping off now, I would say. I think the number one thing that I would like to get right now, pyrotechnics. That will not only afford me a lot of extra... damage over time, but also maybe create a few more synergies here. Because, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to get too much for... It seems unlikely that I'm going to luck into the perfect set of affixes to give me, like, throws down oil and lights the ground on fire with the Toxic Cloud like I was kind of hoping. I've spent so much money re-rolling stuff and still been completely unable to. Is he gonna teleport to me? He didn't see me. Yeah, he didn't actually see me, so like... Eh? Give me another poison cloud. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cool. You know what, I can do this. Even a little risky doing that while cursed, but at the same time, he who dares wins. So, wins what? Dealing with that enemy right now rather than dealing with him later, I guess. So, the risk-reward ratio is maybe not the best in this particular circumstance. Anyway, 5 more enemies. I think I can deal. Come on, get over here. Anything that gets over here is going to... Whoa, that might have been bad. But it was not bad at all, and I'm actually totally fine. And that should probably kill him alone. Oh, hey, guy. Hi. Whatever, I'm just gonna... There we go. Nailed it. And okay, I already know where my food shop is too, which is one of the more important things that's going to be happening here. Ooh. Could be worth it. I mean, I am, after all, working with this pretty evenly split survival tactics. So it's not like I would be losing out on any damage. Yeah, this is one of the main reasons why you can... You get so much extra damage from doing a damage over time build that you, even having it split so that in the ossuary, my main stat, or technically main 2 stats, only at 10 right now, I'm still like effortlessly cutting through enemies. That is the testament to how powerful this sort of build is, and why I think that it is my go-to when it comes to doing 4-cell runs these days. That or survival. And it's kind of crazy where I would like to say that even right now, a lot of people discount just how good survival is. You get some really amazing stuff with it. You can set up some amazing builds too. And it's not... Would it be worth it? 100% poisoned. Generates toxic cloud. Minus 25. Yeah, but I can't get rid of my... I mean, here's the thing. I probably would get rid of my toxic cloud trap if I could, but that's... sort of going against the whole run that I'm trying to do here. What a conundrum. And by conundrum, I mean what an obvious choice. Hey, if I get that, ugh, I don't like this at all. If I get that, pyrotechnics that I'm angling for, that will completely make up for, with the arrows from the shield, completely make up for anything that I was missing out with that anyway. Yeah? Okay, good. Because that's the curse. But yes, I think that even now people are good. Good. I think that even now people kind of discount just how good survival is. It is really fantastic. But I mean, it's the sort of thing where you have to kind of understand how to use it. The slowness of the ranged weapons might be amazing, but the slowness I can imagine putting off a lot of people. And it's not very obvious just how good damage over time is unless, you know... Got it. Unless, you know, you're doing a lot of experimentation with a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it took me quite a while to even realize that. I think it was around the time that commenter Ezreal told me about... well, that was good. Told me about how the Hokuto's bow can be used to buff up damage over time. And then I did a showcase run with that. That was when I first got my first taste of just how good that can be. I have been evangelizing it since. You play the game, go damage over time. You won't regret it. Ooh, what's this now? Oh, honestly, if it inflicted like poison on enemies or started or like bled enemies or something like that, I might have taken that. However, as it is, I feel like it's not completely worth worth it. There's also a shop over there that I gotta go check out. If it's a... maybe something for my offhand. Maybe finally get my pyrotechnics. I got 58,000. That's a couple... that is a couple re-rolls. I should be able to... haha! That was close. God, sure. I can't believe he still hit me anyway. Yeah, whatever. Let's just use the rune while I'm here. No reason for me not to do this anyway. Let's go. If nothing else, more money, extra stat. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Go for you, and what do you got? Yeah, it would give me more of my main stats, as it were, but I feel like I should have at least one bit of brutality here, because that's 50% extra health. It's nothing to sneeze at. Whereas, you know, 15% extra damage, good. I would sneeze at that, though. I don't necessarily need it. That was okay. Gotta go check out the food shop, see what I can get. Alright. Hey, I'm talking about doing damage over time. That's something that buffs up damage over time. Yeah. Wrong one! Oh, I forgot I'm not doing brutality runs right now. Oh, the embarrassment. The completely deserved mocking that I'm sure that you're probably giving me right now. Check out the food shop. Whatever. More shops will appear in the future. Don't worry about that. This is a minor setback. I lost the battle. I will win the war against my own stupidity. It will happen. Let me guarantee you that. In the meantime, what do you got? 2 reduced malaise infections? I'll take it. Now, there was it in the last area that I found a shop that had a pretty good Toxic Cloud that I completely missed out on? I'm pretty sure it was. Well, alright. So much for winning that battle. I mean, that was just that was the Cold War that was happening in the background that I also lost. the Secret War. Starring all of your favorite Marvel characters. Going against the Beyonder. Or something. That was Secret War, right? Right? I gotta tell you, I'm not all that much of a big old comic book nerd. My long boxes are quite empty. That was my attempt at making some sort of comical type humor. No, not like actual humor that is funny. I mean like dry witticism that failed on every front. Anyway, let's just go already. I'll take the brutality just the once. Just the once. Because in all likelihood, in one way or another, I'm probably going to be losing out on the point of brutality that I got from my necklace and my Hokuto's bow soon. Ooh, ah. I really thought that I was close enough to get out of there. No such luck. 40% damage reduction. Really don't need it, but I also don't not need it. What do you got? Poisons enemies that wound you? Sure, why not? I mean, that is something that you can use to cheese out the concierge battle quite well. I think I showed that off in the original Spiteful Sword run. Speaking of which, I still have a Spiteful Sword episode to put up. I gotta do that already. But it's only 3 cells, though, so I'm like, well, whatever. I mean, I guess that's okay. It's not really what I prefer in a run, which is to say 4 cells. Do I really want to spend 35,000 just to try to get these super ideal affix on that? I'm probably going to be trading that out for pyrotechnics if I can soon enough. At least that's what I'm hoping. Man. You know, I could also maybe get an alchemic carbine and go full on poison damage over time. I mean, I'm not saying that's a great idea. However, it would be thematically appropriate with enormous amount of poison that I'm already getting on this stuff. Well, I suppose we'll see what the future has to bring. Now, the good old-fashioned getting super close to dying just because I'm doing so much damage that he's wildly changing through his phases and pushing me into the wall. What do you got? I mean, shots leave trail of flames and everything. That's pretty good. Screw it. Let's just go. No extra damage on poison targets. Awesome. Awesome. That's really what that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, why? Why can I not? It's like, this is the Toxicloud episode. Which, by the way, I completely failed to mention it again. Toxicloud is dropped by the host zombies that you find in the... Specifically the ones that you find in the graveyard. I'm talking about the ones that look like the flying biters. They got the wings on it and the big gross heads. They drop the shovel, they drop the Toxicloud. I would definitely recommend unlocking it. Not only do you get a decent amount of... Not only do you get a decent amount of damage reduction off of using it, the ability to just get absolutely free poison synergies if you're using it is something that you shouldn't be missing out on. And, oh, didn't get it. Oh well, get it right here. Alright, and then... Wow, this thing's... We've got some incredible body blocking. With the mobs he's spawning there, which is kind of crazy. Aww. And probably just do this, take him out easily enough. Good. More survival, please. Ooh, I mean, I'm gonna fight that. Wow, I'm getting pretty high on malaise right now. I think that this is about the time to take a potion charge. Yeah. Health, doing just fine, as you do with a lot of... Oh, come on! As you do with a lot of survival-based runs, so I'm not surprised on that. Poison and poison. Alright. I mean, I'm not hurting for toxic at this point. Just really prefer to get some better main hand. Maybe I will go for the alchemic rifle and just make this a full-on poison-based run. I mean, if I knew that at the very start here, I probably would have, like, comboed the two together. And just said, yeah, let's knock them both out at once. I'll take it. And that leaves the other thing there for potentially... Well, we'll see. Maybe grabbing that in the case that I lose my... Hi. In the case that I lose... That I get hit a whole lot by an elite or something. Like this. Like that. Like that, y'all. It's like this, y'all. And like that, y'all. Oh, there's a shop up there. I gotta go check that out at the very least. This is kind of a longer sanctuary than I'm used to. At this point, usually I have the... I've hit the AT switch and pretty much booking it right to the end. Alright, hit the right thing this time. Come on. Come on. Ah, good enough. I'm gonna say good enough. I don't really like the fact that it's completely unupgraded. That's not really the ideal sort of circumstance. However, it's definitely... Oh, he already died. Alright, that's how you can tell that this run is really starting to do good in damage. I'll get it upgraded. It'll work out then. I mean, it'll mostly work out. I don't know. I mean, I feel like as of right now, I'm doing pretty good as far as damage goes in general. So I don't really think this is doing too much extra for me. Oh, Hokuto's both spreads in flammable oil. That's pretty cool. Alright, is this the cursed chest? If this is the cursed chest, I will leave it for right now, pick it up later. It's not, doesn't even matter. Oil grenade, could be good for synergizing with the old pyrotechnics. However, really lose out on a lot of damage because I am most definitely not built... Actually, looking at my stats right now, I got 17 tactics, and my brutality and survival is somehow nearly equal. How did that even happen? I mean, okay, I know how it happened, but I'm talking in a more, like, general sense. What do you got? Phaser? Nah. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Gonna be hard to upgrade my pyrotechnics at this point, though. Oh, well. I think that as you get later into the game, one of the things you realize is that it's less worthwhile to upgrade your items and more worthwhile to just try to buy a new one. Re-rolling items is a lot cheaper than... Re-rolling your items is a lot cheaper than an upgrade, especially when it's costing like 200,000 or so by the time you get to the castle. Certainly. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? The switch, and I think I should be good to go grab the curse chest then, because I'll have so many more enemies to fight here, and I'll have to go through so many less traps, which is kind of the thing that has me worried more than anything else right now. Not too... I guess it's the amount of damage reduction that I've had for this whole run that is kind of surprising me right now. Because I didn't really expect to... I'm really not taking too much damage. I've been hit plenty of times. I'm not taking a whole lot of damage, though, which is interesting. I suppose it was only pretty recently, though, that I kind of switched out everything. Oh, no. Okay, well, yeah, that worked out okay then. I'm not gonna say that's how I wanted that to happen, but it worked out for the best anyway. Hey, all's well that ends well. That's the thing I'm thinking of. And good. Clock tower. You know what? I don't even want to screw around in here. And to be honest, with the amount of curse chests that I have picked up, I think I'm okay on stats to get to book her out of here and get going. After all, I did lose a lot of time going through the prison depths. I mean, I suppose time is only lost if you didn't enjoy it, but at the same time, though, it's also like to keep these episodes, you know, nice and snappy. Constant forward momentum. Make sure I'm not dawdling around too long in any individual area. Heals 35%. Good enough. Might have been worth actually grabbing a potion charge back in the last area too. Only down one, and then at the same time, I'll still have my heart, which is, as always, pretty good sign for the quality of the run. To the point that if I had the money, probably would have re-rolled off of acceptance earlier. Don't get me wrong, I like acceptance and everything. It's just, now's the point where it starts to go from... It's late enough in the run that I feel like, unless it was going particularly bad, I don't really need the extra stats or the extra money or whatever from a curse chest. Which means probably not going to be taking it. Nope. That said, I did manage to get my pyrotechnics leveled up. I do have a source of, well, damage over time increasing items, as well as a way to, I just said that I wasn't going to take that, as well as a way to get oil on enemies. It's going pretty good. I would shout the guy out that asked me why was I not just using the homunculus rune to get that, but I forgot your name. I will add it in post because you... If there was ever a time that I have been called out on doing something stupid, it's like, man, that's got to be like in the top 10. It's so obvious, and yet somehow it just completely was completely blind to me. Can't even tell you why. Number 1 usage for the homunculus rune, because I normally forget to use it so often, I guess. Alright. Honestly, could probably just leave. I have 20 tactics, 8 survival, I'm doing just fine. I do not need to hang around here for any longer than I need to. The fact that my build is so complete right now says that I don't really... There's not too much of... Oh boy, hey guys, hey, oh, hey. There's not too much I need to do here. There's not too much that I even care to do here. Good. It's like 2 minutes in-game time to get through this level. I would say that's a pretty snappy exit I made there. I'll take it. Alright, is there anything that I would even want? I mean, the 50% extra when you're at max HP ain't bad. Burns the ground. That's fine. I got enough burning, though. I don't really need that anymore. Switch you out. This feels like a pretty good idea right now. And efficiency. As you do. 4-second cooldown on my Toxic Cloud. I mean, that's kind of the big thing with Toxic Cloud. It has a pretty big cooldown, but you always tend to take cooldown reduction with the tactics run, so doesn't make too big of a difference. Timekeeper. All right then. As per usual, you get a good tactics run. Goes down almost instantly. Kind of annoyed that I'm not getting the oil on. No, did I manage to get hit there at the last second? I couldn't even tell. Nah. Again, my run is complete. My build is complete. Not the run. I've still got 2 extra places to go to. My build is complete. I need nothing else. There, I am not wanting for anything. I'm going to re-roll this, see if I can get the inflammable oil in there. I did. Perfect. Great. Because it seems like it's only the first hit with the Hokuto's bow that you're going to get the inflammable oil on there. And I kind of want to have that sort of synergy going on, if possible. It essentially doubles the damage of pyrotechnics, one of the things that makes pyrotechnics so good. So, it's worth getting if you can. What you got? Unupgraded version again, man. Cannot get away from that guy. Good tactics run. It's been a time since I've done one of these. Been focused so much on doing a lot of, been focused on doing so many brutality runs that it just hasn't really come up as often as I would say you probably would be using that with in a 4-cell run. Have certainly gotten a lot... it's infected. Has certainly gotten a lot better at doing brutality runs, though. I still say that, you know, split tactics brutality. Split tactics survival is what I mean, is still the optimal... Oh, interesting. Still the optimal sort of build, at least for me. Trail Flames, it's not worth it. And I don't need... Like, the shiny rock, come on, the description even says, is this even worth picking up? And I don't think it is. Okay. And then also do that to have extra stuff going on there. Oh, you got me! That's fine. That was a... God, I hate how fast they are. But anyway, that was the opportune time for a... That was the opportune time for a potion charge usage. Anyway. This is kind of bad. Well, here's the thing. I'm not even going to bother healing right now, because I'm just going to use my, not even going to bother healing right now, because I'm just going to use my... Jesus Christ. Anyway. My god. What have I done? Oh, it's fine. All this did was take it from an amazing run into a pretty good run. I can't say that I'm not disappointed, though, with that level of play that I just displayed at the moment. Okay, and okay. One more key left to go, and then I'm out of here. I'm gonna go finish this up. Ah, I hate that so much. The fact that Poison Cloud is taking care of enemies on its own is quite nice. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but unlike a lot of the other tactics main hands, i.e. your bows, you cannot be ducking while using pyrotechnics. It would help a lot if you could. No such luck. Alright, let's just get out of here up here. Exit's fairly close, and then I don't even have to worry about it past that point. And just a hop, skip to the ending, and it should be good. I gotta say, I do feel pretty confident in this run. I just greatly dislike those Malaise factories. The Malaise factories that are Guardian Knights, though. That's my least favorite bit of this run so far, I guess I would probably say, aside from elite catchers. But, hey, there's a number of enemies that when they become elites tend to not be very friendly. And by a number of them, I mean all of them. Well, let's go. Oh, and what do I even want here? Tough Nut? Sure. That's a good... It's as good as choice as... That's as good of a choice as any, as far as I'm concerned. And let's go. Should be pretty simple. Poison, trap, shoot with bow, and then just pyrotechnics straight on till dawn. And there you go. Yep. Make sure, because he comes down as soon as you kill the... Okay. Fortunately, he busts out of those pretty quick. That's fine. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, he still got me there. Yeah, when he's dashing, he really does bust out of those pretty quick. Just kind of annoying. Just make sure that this will go well here. Ooh, that's actually not a terrible thing to do. Not a terrible enemy to be fighting in the second phase here. Those guys, the Lacerators, are pretty well countered by having a decent... Lacerators are pretty well countered by having a decent wolf trap, after all. Okay. Go. Just get him trapped right back in there and hammer him. It's just like, come on, man. Stop doing your little shimmy shake and go down. So, yep, Toxicloud, a great little utility weapon, as you kind of expected.